Hello and welcome back to Water. My name is Beast. Today I'm back with Harem Kingdom. Let's see if we can finish the Path of Me today. Not gonna like beat around the bush for too much. Let's just get it.
はい、どうぞ召し上がってください。今日はシチューなのね。キキありがとう。私のリクエストに応えてくれて。
We ended up recruiting the Bambinas to supplement the castle staff. They're always up to no good when I'm not looking though, so I'm gonna keep them at arm's length. The sanitation services provided by the slimes seem to be a hit, at least, so those ones can stay where they are.
美味しいです、このシチュー。このお肉の他に、これは何が入っているのですか？人妻美尻スライムです。冗談です。ちょっとやめてよね。今のはほんと心臓に悪いんですけど。でもいいんじゃない？無限に増えるんでしょ、あいつら。だったら食料にしちゃえば、人もスライムたちも平和に暮らせるんじゃない？
Are you sure about that, Shark? I mean, they literally eat trash. Kiki, I'm banning everyone from eating slimes. That's an order.
私は別に本当に食べるつもりでは。いえ、キキならやりかねないわ。あのスライムたちを美味しく食べるレシピとか考えそうだもの。
Yeah, that's true. Huh? What's up, sis?
いえ、いろいろありましたが、陛下も以前とは違い、自ら進んで命令を口にするようになったので、宰相として陛下の成長に喜びを感じていたのです。
See? So you think I'm maturing? Sorry, but I don't feel mature at all.
でも、そうですね。陛下は以前に比べて、という回数が減ったと思います。
Say that again? Stop it, you're just too cute, Sophia.
陛下が自発的に発言をするのは良いことです。命令を下せない王ほど不要なものはありませんから。
Wow, harsh. A long time coming, but I feel like I understand my job. I'm definitely less shy, like the girls say. And I'm louder and prouder than before. I can give orders without collapsing from anxiety. People seem to finally accept that I'm in charge now that I've started acting like it.
まあでも、チリとかタピオカとかチンコとか、この国絶対戦争したら一撃で滅びるわね。
Hey, who knows? You could always weaponize the slime, stuff them full of crystalmancy catalysts, make them some infinitely self-replicating bombs.
あんた結局血も涙もない王ね。さっきまでちょっと同情してなかった。
Sorry, Kai, but if it ever comes to war, we're gonna use every edge of it at our disposal, no matter how gross or weird.
この調子で王として成長すれば、いつか陛下のご記憶も完全に戻るかもしれませんね。
Whenever there's a king in this cheery castle, I'm surrounded by my 5 beautiful wives, and I don't ever have to worry about clothes or where my next meal's coming from. But the one thing that keeps bothering me is what Marrou just mentioned. Blank patch in my memories before I turned up at the orphanage. Marrou seems to remember events, however. I thoughtfully eat Kiki's delicious stew, lost in reflection. I head back to my room after a quick bath. Had another good day today, but man, I'm tired. Oh. Light filters through the crack under Marrou's door. Could timing. I've been preoccupied about my pants since I came up at dinner.
はい、
Says it's
ど
me.
うぞ。遠慮なく普通に入りなさい。
Sorry, did I wake you?
平気よ。ベッドには横になったけど、なんだか今日は眠れなくて。どうかしら、今から外へ散歩に行かない？
To the usual tavern.
ううん、今夜は飲まない。ただ本当に散歩するだけ。
Yeah, sure. Have someone want to talk to you about. Have no reason to refuse her invitation, so a short time later I found myself headed towards the city beside Marrou. It's been a while since I had any meaningful alone time. Since we've had any meaningful alone time.
この時間は一段と空気が澄んでいるわね。
Yeah, you're right. I'm still not used to the idea of living so close to the coast. There's like no humidity ever. It's hot during the day, but never enough to make me uncomfortably sweaty. On top of that, we live right next to the ocean, but it's never humid. It's one of the great mysteries of
それ
Palaretta.
でどうしたの？何か聞きたいことがあるって。
Oh, yeah. I asked you a little bit before, but I want to learn more about my
あな
pants.
たが私の前で消えたって話？
Yeah. Made a decision to stay in Palaretta, so I just want clarity on what
分かっ
happened.
たわ。あなたは王の子供で、それを隠しながら幼少の頃は私と二人で暮らしていた。そこまではわかるわね。
Yeah, told me about all that.
あなたは昔から私との約束を破ってよく町まで遊びに行く男の子だったわ。
Immediate screenshot in case I end up not getting a
実は
CG.
パルエッタ王の血を引いているなんて当然本人は気づかないまま。だから私は毎日気が気じゃなかったの。だって何がきっかけでトラブルに発展するのかわからないでしょ。だからわざわざ町から少し離れた森の中の小屋に住んだの。周りから見たら本当に不憫な兄弟に見えたんでしょうね。森の中には私とあなただけが住み、基本的には食料は私が一人で買いに出かけていたわ。今でこそ治安は安定しているけれど、当時はあなたのようなものの存在が邪魔だというものも城の中にはいたの。下手をしたら命を狙われかねない。だから私は強く言ってあなたが町に行くのを禁止したの。まあでもそこはやんちゃなあなただから素直に私の話は聞いてくれなかったわ。毎日私の目を盗んではちょくちょく海岸や町の方へ出かけてしまった。人一倍好奇心の強かったあなたはこちらが制限をかければかけるほど自然と反発してしまう。当時も私は悩んだけれど、姉としてはやっぱり小屋にあなたを閉じ込めておくのは忍びなくてね。最終的には時間を決めてある程度あなたに自由を与えたの。姉としては心配で仕方がなかったけれど、結局はあなたの人生だもの。だから私はいつかあなたがあのパルエッタの街を堂々と歩けるようにたくさん勉強をして国政の中枢になんとか入れるよう努めたわ。もともと勉強が好きだったからそれまでの努力は苦にはならなかったけれど、結果として一人きりにする時間が増えてしまった。それは今でも私の心残りだったの。私のいない間、あなたはパルエッタの町で一人の女の子と出会ったわ。とにかく活発な子で好奇心が強いくせにどこか臆病な部分も持ち合わせていたあなたにとって当時の彼女はきっとすごく眩しく見えたんでしょうね。町へ行ってその子と会ってからのあなたは毎日が本当に楽しそうだった。それまで二人きりで生きてきた私にとって 少し悔しい思いもしたわ。でもしばらくして私にはすぐ分かった。あなたにとってその子は人生で初めての友達であり、親友であり、そして初恋の相手だった。人の気持ちは簡単に変えることはできない。それを知っていながら、私はあなたにその女の子と会うことを一度禁止したの。その子は活発でとにかく目立つ子だったから、本来街から姿を消すべきあなたがその子と一緒にいたら危険でしょ。でも当然ね。それでもあなたは毎日私との勉強を終えてからこのパルエッタの街へ走っていったわ。そしていつものように家を出て行ったあなたはその日に限って当然心配になって、私は家の周りや街中を走ってあなたを探し回ったわ。そしてパルエッタの橋の上であなたと。
Saw me with her?
最初はびっくりして言葉が出なかったわ。だってあなた大量の血を流しているその子を抱きしめてずっと泣いていたんだもの。
Sister reached into her breast pocket, producing a small greenish stone. What is that? Sister, please, you have to help her!
いいからあなたもここを離れなさい。その子
No,
は
she's
もう
my friend. The powers that protect
分
her.
かってちょうだい。あなたは本来この国にいちゃいけない人間なのよ。こんなことになって、これ以上あなたの身に何かあったら。
Stone hums, glowing with emerald light. A sudden flood memories come rushing back. The bridge, the girl, all the blood, that poisoned arrow sprouting from her, so frightfully large compared to her small body. I don't even know if it was meant for me or for her. The toxin-coated arrowhead fell to her right in front of me, inflicting a molten wound. Even if I could stop the bleeding, the poison would do its work. I don't care what happens to me. Please, I just want to save her. Please, just save her. If you can't save her here, then where? Take us somewhere she can be saved. Take us to people who can help. Even then, I knew that normal crystalman seed wouldn't be enough to save her. But my beloved sister, the words she whispered in my ears that night awoke something inside me. You are the heir to the throne, your very blood which resonates with the cornerstone, and his keepsake, a gem that amplifies the power of all magic. With all these things combined, I can send you somewhere very, very far away from here.
ごめんなさい。こんな形でお別れになるなんて。
It was an all-or-nothing gamble, but it was your desperate wish. And if it was even the slightest chance that I could give you a peaceful life somewhere else, then I could accept that.
でもこれだけの術を使ってしまったら、あなたはきっともうここには戻れないばかりか。きっと記憶まで全て失ってしまう。
Find my way back to you, sis. Promise. When you feel lonely and you want to see me again, time comes, I'll be back. Then my whole body vibrated, resonating with the cornerstone. In the face of overwhelming power, I lost consciousness. The light fades from the stone, and Marrou cradles it in her hands.
これが事の顛末よ。あなたがこの国へ戻ってきたのは私たちの行った召喚の儀式のためじゃない。あなたは自分の意志でこの国へ戻ってきたの。
Can't believe it.
ごめんなさい。今こんなことを言うのは卑怯かもしれないけど、最初となり仕事に没頭し、そしてその甲斐も虚しく王がなくなり、国は毎日衰退していく一方、私も少し疲れていたのね。前王が亡くなられてからは私ずっとあなたのことばかり考えていた。自分で言うのも恥ずかしいけれど、私すごく寂しかったのよね。 たは消えてしまう最後にまた私に会いに戻ってくると言ったわ。その言葉が私の中にずっと残っていて、そしてそれがきっときっかけになってあなたは再びこの国へ帰ってきた。そう、あのティナという子と一緒にね。
Tina. I know who that is. He's talking about Hikari. First met in an orphanage in Japan. We ended up going to the same schools together. Even after we went to separate foster families, Hikari always made time for me. This bond has rendered us inseparable. Through my sister's recollection, the vision from her quest, I think I have everything in one piece again. I'm remembering Ring was bastard by my courtesan mother. My sister always tried her best to hide my past, but I always knew people treated me differently. First, I never had any time to play. I would spend all day with my sister studying crystalmancy, something I was never any good at. And I would finish the day learning to read and write and do chores around the house. The reason I can cook now is probably because of growing up under Marrou's care way back then. One day I was so fed up with being stuck in that hut that I ran off into town and met a girl. It's the first time I'd ever spoken to a girl my own age, but we immediately got along and became fast friends. I was never good with people. She accepted me for who I was. At first I thought of her as a friend, of course. Eventually, inevitably, we fell in love. My first friend and first love in the same person. One day, on that fateful night, I was mortally wounded. The assassin tried for me and for her because of her own special past. Still can't be sure, but even today. I could never use crystalmancy. I sat there, cradling Hikari, helpless, unable to do a thing for her when she bled out. No matter how much I cried, nobody came to help. I screamed and felt faint. I even tried to mimic the healing crystalmancy I'd seen, to no effect. I ended up almost passing out. My sister came to my aid, begged her to do something. Didn't care what would happen to me as long as Hikari would be saved. If a miracle could happen, I didn't care how she did it, or what the price was. A miracle was granted to the power of the cornerstone. Years thereafter, it seemed that I said my final goodbyes to her and to Pagaretta. I survived in Japan, an amnesiac for much of my boyhood, until one day I grabbed some powerful little string inside me and pulled. Sister's loneliness and burden promised to return. Something about our emotional states in that moment awakened the magic from so long ago. And then the way was open again. Hikari and I made our return trip. Knowing that the whole affair was to save Hikari's life, I can't help but smile. She made it. Not just that, she made it back with me.
本当は私すごく後悔していたの。あなたがどこか別の知らない世界、別の知らない国で平和に暮らしていたのなら、この国が滅んでしまうことになっても、あなたに王の責任は負わせたくはない。だから成功するかどうかもわからない召喚の儀式とやらにも反対したわ。やるにしても失敗を望んでいた。だって成功したら、
So that's why she
本
was
当
so
にあなたを強
conflicted
制
about the
的
summoning
に
at the
この場
start.
に呼び出してしまうことにな
Because
る
it
んだ。
did seem like someone in the comments was like, oh, so that's why she wanted to do something to get him there. No, because at the beginning, she did seem reluctant. The others were like, this is a necessary thing. Like, even if it's like an absolute ingrate that we get, we need someone of the royal bloodline. And she was like, I'd prefer not, but I guess. Now it makes sense why.
右も左もわからない。そんなあなたにいきなり王として生きろだなんて。そんなの、もしあなたにまた再会できても、すごく酷な話でしょう。
I understand what she's been through, talking to her like this. But how great a politician or how effective a bureaucrat she became, one thing in my sister's heart never changed. She began to despair as she felt that the universe flicking her life's joy, her beloved little brother, to the cosmic winds. She's carried that trauma ever since. I haven't left her thoughts. Beautiful sister. She's a wonderful person who threw it all away for my sake. Thank you, sis, for everything. Read about mind. Know how you wanted me to make a decree of some kind? An irrefutable command.
本当にもう少し時間が欲しいんじゃなかったの？
Command I proceed to issue my sister is the most ironclad one I've ever spoken. Absolute, unyielding, maybe even painful. It must be so. This woman deserves happiness. To watch her mind from afar, but to truly have her own. Lady Chancellor, I hereby order you to resign your post. You will yield the office to another. You've done enough. This country appreciates you more than they'll ever appreciate me. That doesn't have to be tinted with fear of your power. As your king and your brother, I want you to live out your days how you want. Not for my sake, not for Paretas. Yours, Marrou. That's why I'm giving you this order, with all the authority I can muster.
この場合、私が拒否をしたらどうなるのかしら。
Won't do anything drastic. If living your life for you means staying on as the Chancellor, we can talk about that. I still remember how happy you looked that night at the tavern, dancing your cares away. There's a lot you still want to do with your life, isn't there? Things you had to put away. The country is at peace because of all you've done. It's time for you to relax and reap your reward, Marrou. I don't think anyone would be opposed. I even spoke to Maria and got her go-ahead, since she's known you a long time. I might ask you for advice off the record from time to time, but I want to study hard and become a king worthy of inheriting this country you've cared for. So, your answer? Will you obey my command?
当然でしょう。私、結局あなたがいないと本当にダメね。一人の大人として結局最後はあなたにこうして背中を押されているんだもの。
I feel like having to deal with the whole like censorship thing in the last part is what made it so this isn't part of the last part. I could have just like already probably gone through a whole nother route today from what it feels like right now. People come in all different shapes and sizes, but I want this country to trade in lives no matter the reason. I don't want anyone to ever go through that, what Marrou had to survive ever again. Hold her close, this woman, beautiful sister. Would this be a good time to mention that I love you?
当然です、陛下。私もずっとずっと陛下のことを愛しています。
Wonderful devoted wife, finally free to live. It just straight up feels like I should have just if that bullshit didn't happen in the last part, I could have just gone ahead and finished it yesterday.
「そう暗闇へ船を」「地図もまだなくて怖いけど」「君の乗る場所を開けておいたんだ」「来てくれないか僕と」「いつかの悲しい景色さえ」「今ならまた眠ってるだろう」「逃げ出すじゃないこぎ出すと決めた瞬間とはいないと」「空の上も海の底も見たことのない僕らだって水
Harem Kingdom.
Marrouの姉さん、こっちにももう一杯くれ。こっちにも頼むよ。今夜は嫁さんが怒っててさ、悪いけど明け方まで居座らせてもらうよ。
As a king and as a man, I resolved to dedicate my life to my sister's happiness and that of the country's citizenry. Quelled my anxiety and spent my days in study and work for the sake of the person who made for her country. Put aside her own hopes and dreams, all for Marrou. I'm doing this for her more than just her, of course. I have a whole family now. All my wives deserve that same happiness.
マルーさん、ピッチャーこっち一つ足んないんだけど。皆様申し訳ございません。ご注文はまとめてお願いします。キキ、もう一杯。
Seeing everyone gathered like this, I'm certain of it once again. The combined effort of all these amazing women, far greater than the power of any king.
はーい、みんなもうちょっと待ってね。
Shipwrecker.
よそからも果実酒の補充をしている最中だから、あとキッチンは今パンクしていて。守護神である私がなんで。鮮魚の三種盛り上がったよ。次はどうすればいいの、キキの旦那。へいお待ち、モルギョの軍艦巻きサビ抜きだよ。
Jar has taken over the chancellorship, while Marrou now owns and operates the tavern of her dreams. Took some negotiating, but Sis was quickly able to move into this location. Almer and his associates operate a second joint in Ceres.
マルーの姉さん、本当にいいのかい？そんなに腹大きくして。こんな場所の空気毎日吸ってたら、丈夫な子もすぐに酒に酔っちまうんじゃないか？
平気よ。だってここにいるのは私とあの陛下の子供なんだから。息子だろうが娘だろうが、私たちの子はそこまでやわな子じゃありません。
急に色気づいたかと思えば、いきなり陛下が子供だっち。そんなのあんまりだろう。あのクソ陛下のどこがそんな良かったんだよ。あ
ら、今のは問題発言よ。大将として命じるわ。今夜からできんよ。
That's abuse of power!
そんな。
Jar and I are doing our best to run Paleretta just the way Marrou did. It's the first time in my life I've studied this hard for anything. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that time is a perfectly good substitute for talent. Year on, I'm picking the finer points up. Well, sis, how's the former chancellor's life
そう
going?
ね。忙しくて自分の時間を持てないところは最初だった頃とそう変わりはないわ。でもね。
Most beautiful businesswoman in all Paleretta turns to me and says,
私は女でよかったし、あなたの姉で本当によかったと最近思うことが増えたの。無意識の間に仕事や使命に依存して生きていた。そんな私を変えてくれたのはあなただったけれど、
getting hungry soon.
こうしてみんなと働き、そして共に生きていく喜びを知り得たのは
Getting thirsty seeing the cakes. Getting thirsty seeing her. Haha! Get it? Bad joke!
やはりこの国のハーレムという決まり事のおかげだった。だって私、今が本当に幸せなんだもの。
Right? You're like a totally different person now. Or rather, maybe the sister I'm seeing now wasn't really you all along. It can't change so easily. Change so easy. Not all on their own. You face hardships or an obstacle in life you just can't manage. It's through the aid of others that you go and overcome. This harem we've built, which felt so much like an impossible fantasy at first, has brought me, Marrou, and everyone else together. Together, we have just helped one another overcome obstacles. Together, we've built ourselves a future. No, we're truly happy. And not a single censorship needed. Still though, I messed up big time. Hold on, let me just do this because in case there's immediately gotta be nude the moment I press that. There was immediately gonna be nude the moment I press that. I'm smart. Yeah, I'm convinced that that's Shara's theme, not Shara's, Marrou's theme now, since it's a cold world amethyst. Kind of fits.
真の王が目覚める。その名もハレルート。どうですか皆さん。今現在もそうですが、あの陛下の野郎とのはちゃめちゃな生活はぶっちゃけ疲れた。問題が山積みで頭が痛くなりますね。しかし王があれほど普段から動き回るのはいいことかと。一つもビシリスライムだけは苦手です。あれ、私にはすごく怖くて。私は大好きタピ。もちろんタピオカクソ女さんも。なんかこの調子だと不思議とソフィーアが一番楽しんでいそうね。平穏な。
Oh well. So yeah. That's been the path to me. Hate. Big hate. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and yeah. See you next time. Bye bye. Why do I continuously have cases like that? So yeah.